So, hey everyone, and Atish, to our
Hello,
podcast
hello, Akshay.
number three. Yeah, podcast number. Let's go with podcast number three. I'm going to edit something before this.
Okay,
So,
yeah.
podcast number three. So, I think we're going to address a very common and highly talked about issue, which
Uh,
is, I mean, I don't know if it's highly talked about everyone, but uh, a lot of people for the last 4 years have come to me asking about vehicle choice and opinion, and now they come to me for should I pay this much for the vehicle? And I've got a lot of inquiries in the last 2 or 3 months that told like vehicles have got too expensive, and I'm like, yeah. So and I give them a suggestion, which is buy a used vehicle. So that's what we're talking about in this whole podcast, which is are vehicles getting too expensive, and should you buy a used vehicle? Should you buy an EV? So we'll just address all of those, and yeah, let's get started. So so first let's do a fact check and a reality check, right? Because a lot of people are living in this bubble, and it's not because they're stupid. It's just that because it's not got to them, probably because they haven't bought a new vehicle yet, recently at least. So so right. So 4 years ago, when we'll just take an example, like the Dominar was released, right? And so a friend of
Dominar
mine,
FZ250
yeah. So yeah.
that time.
4 years ago, I bought I mean, my friend bought the Dominar for 1.8 lakh rupees in Bangalore, right? I want you to guess the current price.
Is the current price. Okay. It's been
Current,
4 years, so
yeah,
maybe,
current price.
yeah, yeah. So I think they've released one new variant of Dominar, so
Which
maybe,
is yeah, which is an incremental update. They've just changed the front
yeah,
suspension,
yeah.
not a big deal. Nothing else changed.
So something around 2 lakh 20.
Yeah, it's 2,80,000 for the Dominar 400. So that's
Okay.
2,80,000, right? Apache RR310, when it was launched, I think 3 years ago, it was about 250, 255 on road, Bangalore, right? Guess the current price.
Easily about 3 lakhs, 3 lakh 10 maybe.
Yeah, like 3 lakh 45 is what would be a correct
Okay.
guess.
I'm off the mark by so much. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Duke 390, right? Very famous bike. It was 4 years ago, as far as I remember, because it was one of my bike options to buy, was about 2.8 or 2.85 lakhs, right? Guess the
Okay.
current price.
Touching 4 lakhs easily.
Yeah, just under four. It's about 3.85 to 3.9 lakhs.
Okay.
A Duke
Mm-hmm.
390 is a 4 lakh rupee bike now, which is
Cool.
the same, which is almost exactly the same price on road as a Ninja 300, which used to be
Yeah,
an
dude.
expensive bike back then. It's not
Oh
anymore.
yeah.
Because the 390 Duke and there's a new RC which has come now, which is not yet released, but the new RC
Uh,
390, it's going to be over 4, is what I'm expecting. So it's going to
I
be a 4
think
lakh
even
rupee
the
bike.
RC 150 is overpriced now.
Everything's overpriced. There's no
The
150. There's
Duke
one. Yeah,
125,
there's a 125.
the RC
Uh,
125.
yeah. Another example. So the R15 V3, which was launched, I think, a
Hmm.
couple of years ago. I don't know, 2 3 years ago. It was about 1.55 lakhs on road, right? And the R15 V4, which came out last month, and it's got a few incremental updates. It's got new suspension and a little bit of bodywork. It's 2.2 lakhs in Bangalore right now for a 150cc sports bike. So this was just like a reality check. I'm pretty sure you were not acclimated to all of these prices.
Yeah, like I was like following only two or three bikes which I'm actually interested in, and I
Hmm.
used to keep tabs on how costly they are getting because those are my favorite bikes, like the
Yeah.
FB Mondial or maybe the Hero Extreme
Hmm.
200. Right, these are the bikes that I know I will be ending up buying it.
Yeah, but the
So
thing
yeah,
is, it's not
others.
just some bikes which have got expensive. Every
Hmm.
two-wheeler and four-wheeler has got pretty expensive now. And we don't care why it's got expensive. It's just that we have to spend over 2 lakhs if we want even a semi-decent bike, right? I
Right.
mean, it depends on what semi-decent is in your opinion, but I'm just saying, for me, if I want a semi-decent bike, 2 lakhs, and an RC 125 is over 2 lakhs, dude. A Duke 250 is 3 lakhs now almost. A 250 Duke. So, yeah. Anyway, so yeah, I
I
yeah, I
think
just
even
wanted to.
scooters have price hikes, right?
Very, yeah. Scooters, they're touching or crossing 1 lakh rupee right now. A regular Activa. We're talking about Bangalore, right? So if you're watching from somewhere else in India, it's going to be a little lower, but we've got Bangalore as a comparison because we've lived there all of lives, and we've got the highest road tax in Bangalore. So that's probably one of the major reasons they're so expensive in Bangalore. So I just wanted to bring this into consideration because a lot of people do buy a lot of vehicles every year, every month, and I get a lot of inquiries about which vehicle to buy. And the thing is, every time I check the price of a vehicle, it just got a lot more expensive. And the vehicles which were launched 4 years ago at the price that they were launched at, which was 50, 60K cheaper than they are right now, they didn't seem like a phenomenal value back then. So for them to seem like a phenomenal value now that they have like 50 grand in extra prices, it's a tough sell. And
Right.
because a small bike, I mean, yeah, you've a KTM launched the 125 Duke because they wanted to make a cheaper Duke for the youth, because everyone liked the design more than power and everything. And the thing is,
Yeah.
the 125 Duke is about 2 lakhs now, and it's worrying for a lot of college going kids because it's still a 2
Right.
lakh rupee bike, dude, over 2 lakhs. So yeah, so have vehicles got too expensive? Yes, they have. They've not just got expensive; they've got too expensive, right? So, what do you think is the current situation of vehicle prices right now? Have they got out of
Vehicle
hand?
prices, or like, are you talking about the general consumption market? Are you
Consumer
like
market, yeah,
talking about the? Okay.
all kinds of vehicles have got expensive, dude.
So yeah, like since the vehicle prices have gone up, right
Hmm.
now people are considering. Like we covered this in the first video also. Like safety of the consumer matters a lot, and that's why people opt for the safest car than
Yeah,
the cheapest car or the most
yeah,
fuel efficient car, right?
yeah.
And the price of the vehicle also comes into that factor. Now that across the board all the vehicles are having high price tags, people will
Hmm.
be more cautious about uh, the safety. Like, do they get the extra stuff for that price? Right
Yeah,
now they're paying 50 grand extra. So what's in it for them?
true.
So I think it's hard for the manufacturer also, because now they're at a place where like that like you told, the selling point of a KTM 250 was this is a bike for the youth. Now that it's completely
125.
not for youth,
125.
120. Sorry, yeah.
Yeah,
Uh, Now that the youth are not able to buy 2 lakh rupee bike,
plus,
right?
yeah,
Now they
2
have
lakh
to
plus.
somehow put some accessories or give them something like a kickback
Yeah.
because they're spending 2 lakhs on a
Hmm.
125cc bike.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's a tough place for both the consumers and the manufacturers. I'm not pretty sure uh, how the users are. I mean, how the consumers are behaving at the moment. At least me, I've pushed my plans of buying a two-wheeler for at least a year.
Yeah,
Like,
most people have.
yeah, I was supposed to buy a bike by October.
Hmm.
I spoke to you also about FZ25. I wanted to get your second hand, but I spoke to my parents. I explained to them what is the current situation. Even the scooters are so expensive. Maybe we can go for a second-hand, vehicle. But that's the problem, right? Not many Indians like going for second-hand because
Hmm.
it's prestige.
Yeah.
Like if you don't have a first-hand vehicle,
Hmm.
it's considered like you are anyways paying for a second hand. Why you could have just put some more money and got the first hand anyways, right? That's the mentality that
Yeah.
we have to uh, make our way through. So
Hmm.
yeah, that's where I see myself at least. I don't know about others, but I think most people are going through things like I am. Maybe they want to buy a second hand, but their parents are like no, or maybe
Yeah.
they're in a situation where they cannot say yes completely.
Hmm.
What
All
do you
right.
think?
Yeah. So I think so. The second topic or second question that we were going to address here is: are second-hand vehicles more worth it now than ever? And like the simple answer is yes, right? And like even a person who does not is not ready to buy or is not convinced has not convinced himself to buy a second-hand vehicle yet, even that person would answer that second-hand vehicles, yes, they are a good value right now, because first-hand vehicles have got stupidly expensive. And I think there are a lot of vehicles in the market right now that you would be stupid to buy. There are some good ones. I wouldn't say good ones. There are some decent options for you, and then there are some all right value options for you. There's no good value option. I mean, there are like very few good value options which a lot of people don't go for because they are like scarce. Anyway, so second-hand vehicles, right? So I probably need to talk a lot about this, but what I simply want to say right now is when you do buy a second-hand vehicle, right? And I'm not saying buy a 10-year-old two-wheeler. I mean, that's of no use anyway, right? It's 10 years old.
Yeah,
Technology is old, vehicles old, it's at the last stages of its life. But
like my Splendor.
no, Splendors come in a different category. They don't die. They outlive us. But 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 like a 3 or 4 year old vehicle, which is
Hmm.
not considered old in the grand scheme of things. Like my bike's 4 years old, and we didn't even realize it's 4 years old now. We just got out of college, and it's 4 years old,
Yeah,
over 4 years old. And and the thing is, apart from a few things like it looking brand new and I mean a few things here and there, there's not a big difference between a second-hand vehicle and a brand new similar vehicle, unless something drastic has happened to it over its life expectancy, right? And also that if you are curious enough to get to know about the vehicle more before you buy it, and if you're careful enough, I think you can get a great second-hand deal, especially because vehicles were, let's just say, vehicles at least compared to today were cheap 4 years ago. And if you're buying that 4 year old vehicle, its price is going to be reduced to, in terms of that previous price, not this current price. So a scooter which was 70 grand 4 years ago is over a lakh now. And buying that 4 year old scooter which started off with 70 grand is going to be a much better value right now, because it's going to be much cheaper. It's going to be for 30, 35 grand at most, in a very good condition, right? So I think second-hand vehicles are a great value, especially when you look at, yeah, fine. I know this is a more user-friendly podcast, but if you look at a car, right, almost any car, I would say, not like the weakest built ones, but even like a Maruti Alto, um, you get a really good value in a second-hand market, right? Because two-wheelers, if you didn't know, are meant to, when they're built and when they're designed, they're only meant to handle about 30, 40,000 kilometers on average, right? After that, two-wheelers, they're not, company does not design them. Yeah, the engines are designed to run for a good amount of time, but a two-wheeler, it's like a 40, 50,000 kilometer deal at most, right? I mean, if you've ridden a two wheeler which has done more than 35, 40,000 kilometers, it shows, unless they're like
yeah,
really well built. But a car, in the other hand, is designed to do about 2.5 lakh kilometers, right? So
okay,
when you buy a 3, 4 year, because the thing, and that's actually because car engines are bigger, right? And
right,
when you compare a small engine with a bigger engine, the bigger engine has to do less work to produce the same power. A small engine
okay.
has to do a lot of work. A bike engine has a red line of 10, 11,000 kilometer RPM, and a car engine has a red line of 5,000 RPM, 6,000 RPM. And that's because
Hmm.
a bigger engine has to do less work to do the same amount of output the same amount of energy. So car engines inherently are designed to run at lower speeds than bike engines. Bike engines, you're almost every day you're doing 7, 8,000 RPM if you want to, right? But a car engine you do 2, 2.5 at most 3. So yeah, so a second-hand car is a very good value if it's actually done the amount of kilometers that the person shows. And if it's done about 50, 60, 70,000 kilometers, 1 lakh kilometers, and the car is in decent condition, go ahead and buy it. Because its value would have decreased, but the car, I'm pretty sure if you get it serviced, it'll be in a very good condition for the next 3, 4, 5, 10 years if you wanted to. So yes, second-hand vehicles are very good value. Yes, a lot of people have it in their head that second-hand, I don't know what's up. It's old. It's got scratches. That's going to happen to a new vehicle anyway. It depends on how you use it. But buying a second-hand vehicle and investing a small amount of money on it is much better than buying a new vehicle right now. What do you think? I mean, yes, I know that your parents have a big say in the kind of vehicle that you would buy, or in any vehicle that you would buy. But what happens if it came up to you? If you wanted to buy a vehicle, would you buy a second-hand vehicle?
Uh, See, I was more open to second-hand vehicles long back, like at least a year back itself, before even the prices mattered, right?
Hmm.
the problem that at least most Indians face is convincing their innermost circle that, look, I'm going to buy a second-hand vehicle. Either they face two kinds of things. Before buying, either their parents are like, no,
Yeah.
or after buying, their relatives are like, ye kya hai?
Huh.
Okay. At least behind the back, this happens. So everyone is wired like, why should I buy a second-hand vehicle if I'm gonna go through all these taunts, right? So they end up buying first-hand based on the societal pressure and not because, see, everybody is aware that they're spending so much of money on certain vehicle, right? They would like to buy certain things based on their comfort, but the society plays a huge factor here.
I
Okay?
think I should
Now,
stop you here because this is a part of a bigger conversation about societal pressure and should
yeah.
even listen to
So
the yeah.
yeah. And then first time when I actually tried to convince my parents, they were like, look, the fuel prices are low anyways. We are going to pay you half the down payment. You pay half and then we'll get the bike. So first hand is still a good deal for you, right? And then they told me to shut the fuck up, right?
Yeah.
Now, when I showed them the fuel prices and then I told them how much it costs to keep the bike running per year.
And to even
And then
buy
when
the
I told
bike.
them what is the total price of a bike at this time of the year, they're like, dude, I think you have a point. Get a second hand. So see,
Yeah.
when you actually explain things to people in the right manner, they are more willing to buy a second hand vehicle, right? The cosmetics goes to the back seat. How much kilometers that other rider has, it takes a back seat. Like, oh, ye mera bike hai, that feeling, that also takes a back seat. You need something with wheels to take you from point A to point B
Yeah.
with maximum efficiency
True.
for that particular price range.
Hmm.
So that's what I am at this point in time. I think most of our viewers might still be holding on to that. No, I want a fresh bike out of the showroom. But
Yeah,
I
that's
hope at
personal
least one
preference.
of them changes their mindset. At least they become open to a second hand.
Yeah.
What I think.
Economically a lot more viable, and as I said, two-wheelers are designed basically to run 30 40,000 50,000 kilometers at max. If you get a second-hand one which is 15,000 kilometers ridden, it's a great deal because you're not going to do the next 25 30,000 kilometers in the next 8 9 years which is like the death of the vehicle anyway.
Right.
And also, I just wanted to touch upon the fact that petrols got too expensive, right? But here there are two conversations to be had. In terms of a car, yes, petrol has got too expensive up to a point where you gotta think before buying a petrol car or even driving the car that you already have, right? But when it comes to two-wheelers, which have a much higher efficiency when you're transporting one or two people than a car, because they do like 30 35 40 kilometers per liter on average, right? And I mean, yeah, let's just do that on average. Every 100 to 200 cc bike, that's what they do. And there, I don't think petrol plays as big as a role as you think it does. That yes, it's got 20 rupees more expensive than the beginning of this year, right? But your monthly running, because it's a two-wheeler, you're not going to drive it 50 kilometers a day, ride it 50 kilometers a day. You're only going to do 10 kilometers single way, so 20 kilometers on average, right? So on a monthly spending, you're probably spending 300 400 rupees extra, which is not a very big deal in today's economy. But I want to touch upon another point here, which is very important, and it brings back our past. Is that we spoke a lot about, I think even publicly spoke a lot about how electric two wheelers 4 years ago, which costed 1 lakh rupees, 1 to 1.2 lakh rupees, were a bad deal, right? 4 years ago.
Uh,
And yeah, it was straight up a bad deal. You get a petrol scooter for 70 grand and you run it for the next 5 years and you still won't catch up to the price of the two wheeler, the electric scooter, right? But in today's terms, where an electric scooter is 1.1 lakh and a petrol scooter is also 1.1 lakh, and the fact that you're completely eliminating the price of the petrol, that's
yeah.
when things get interesting, right? And let's stick to two wheelers here. We'll talk about four wheelers in a bit, but
Okay.
yeah, I just want to know, not caring about the kind of fuel that's powering a Honda Activa and an Ather 450, right? Because you've ridden both. That's
Yeah.
I'm giving you these examples because you've ridden both. right? And yeah, the 450 is a little more expensive. So uh, yeah. Anyway, so completely putting aside what was powering them, what was the ride experience like comparing the two?
Okay. Ride experience with, I would say, almost neck to neck,
Okay.
uh, to a to a big extent. Okay, maybe because I've ridden the Axis a lot lesser, right?
Hmm.
Aether, I've gone like 3-4 test rides,
Hmm.
and it's been butter smooth.
Yeah.
Because for me, what matters is when I'm standing in so much of traffic, which is very crucial. If you're living in Bangalore, you have to consider traffic also, right?
Yeah.
At least when you're buying two wheelers, you have to look for a two wheeler that has less heating issues,
Hmm.
right? So when I think about bikes, scooters, and how much vibrations and like how much heat I'm exposed to, I think Aether takes a
Yeah.
edge.
Don't say Aether specifically. I just said electric
Electric
two wheeler.
vehicles,
Yeah.
electric two wheelers take an edge over there. So if you're somebody who is very concerned about these heating issues, these traffics,
This
and the
yeah.
amount of,
Usability.
yeah, right. So usability, I think Aether is better for you. Or if you think it's neck to neck, just go for Axis because it's still practical. Both of them
Yeah.
are very
Yeah.
practical
So
in their
so
own rights,
yeah.
but
So yeah. So that's why I
Aether would
asked
still
you.
be slightly
Yeah.
better.
So I didn't ask you about practicality. I just asked you how are they to use. And I mean, it's a great thing that you said that they were neck to neck. But
Hmm.
what my experience has been in the last year or so since the Bajaj Chetak has come out and TVS iQube, right?
IQ, yeah,
Because
yeah.
Aether's got too expensive now. Aether's always been expensive and it's got like stupidly expensive now, 1.6, 1.7 lakhs. So that's a different story to have. But when I've
Didn't it
ridden,
launch with 1.24 something?
yeah, yeah,
Okay,
it's
long way.
yeah. So so current scooters, right? Like the Chetak and iQube, what I know when if you give them to me at the bottom of my house and I want to go somewhere, right? I'd choose these electric scooters any day over the petrol counterparts, even though I'm a hardcore petrol head, right? And that's only because of one reason: they're much faster, dude. They actually are much
Okay, yeah,
faster.
the
They're a lot more
immediate
powerful.
pickups. Yeah.
They're a lot more powerful. They're
Mhm.
much faster, and because I mean because of nerdy things like the battery is down low, so center of gravity is low, so I've got even more maneuverability. But that's a pretty nerdy thing. But usability wise, those scooters are actually much better than current petrol counterparts. Not all of them, but most of them, right? And talking about what you spoke about, which is ease of use and what's more practical, right? Now that you've been riding a two wheeler for the last 3-4 years, what would you say is your daily average run in kilometers?
Uh, an average of 13 kilometers
So like 20 kilometers,
per,
let's say 20 kilometers.
yeah, yeah,
Did you say 13 or 30?
13, 1 3.
Yeah, so about 20 kilometers on average, right? At most,
Yeah,
on
yeah,
average.
maximum 20. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what two wheelers are used for. You don't ride a two wheeler for more than 30 kilometers a day without getting a back pain. Because two wheelers are meant for short term commutes. You use them for 10 kilometers single way, so you're doing about 20-25 kilometers in the whole commute per day. And the current electric scooters, which are the Chetak and the Ntorq, they very easily do over 65 to 70 kilometers per charge, right, in the real world. So when it comes to practicality that way, yes, you can fill the petrol scooter up whenever you want to, even if you forget to. But if you've got some discipline, which I mean, that's a different conversation. But if you've got some discipline and you just remember one thing, that you know what, let's just plug my scooter into charge, then I think there's that the ease of access and ease of use, the whole conversation is out of the window. Because
Exactly.
yeah,
Yeah. Mm.
yeah, because overall as a package, I think the electric scooters are better. I'm not vouching for any company or any scooter. I'm just saying that the whole technology and the user experience while actually using these scooters is much better than the petrol counterparts. You get rid of vibrations, you get rid of the noise. Even though some people like the noise, you will go mad when you're taking off at 250 cc speeds
Yeah.
without a single noise. Yeah, it's it's kind of mind-boggling, and
Hmm.
the fact that you're saving about 1,500 rupees to 2,000 rupees a month just on fuel.
Hmm.
That should be a big
Correct.
selling point to you, uh, even more than the ease of use. What would you choose? 2,000 rupees a month extra in your wallet, or forgetting to fill petrol? Yeah. So
I think money in the wallet is better.
yeah. So money, especially because these scooters do what, 65, let's say on average 65 kilometers of range, right? Even if you're riding them hard, if you're riding them like a current petrol scooter, you're doing about 60 to 65 kilometers of range, which should in theory last you 3 days at a minimum, right?
Yeah.
So people complaining that I have to charge my vehicle, and the thing is, dude, charge it twice a week. Come, like, legit. Like, what else do you have to do? Just charge it twice a week, and you're done. And yeah,
Ah,
it's. I think it's more of a reason that people are not ready to change their mindset about
mindset.
things,
Ah,
instead of actually changing to better technology. It is better technology. Everyone's going to use it. Electric scooters are a thing, especially because companies like Bajaj and TVS have come into the market. I mean, the previous electric scooters were pretty bad, and they felt like toys
right.
because they were toys. They were basically bigger toys, and now they're legit things, and they've got a big warranty in them, and yes, a 1 to 1.1 lakh rupee scooter did feel expensive 4 years ago, but looking at the current scooter prices right now, they're the exact same price if you go for petrol or electric, and
Electric.
obviously electric is the better option,
Okay.
is what I
But
think.
okay. But how would you see? Again, the charging stations have to be installed in their basements, and like
Yeah.
not many people here own their own buildings or whatever, right? It's usually the tenants
Hmm.
who are trying to get themselves a. How would you convince a tenant to get a electric scooter when he or she might be afraid of getting it installed in the first place?
Why not?
Because see, a lot of owners are not open to these installations. They're like, "Mera building hai. Why are you getting this done?"
Yeah, but
No,
what
it's
what
still a worry.
yeah,
The I mean, power stations are a concern because in
yeah.
India, like at least we have to acknowledge that the way our infrastructure develops, no, it's like at least 5 years behind everything. Like the scooters are already on the road, but
Yeah.
we're a little slow in
Finding
installing the
charging
infrastructure.
stations on the road is not going to be a reality anytime soon, right?
Yeah,
Everyone's going to promise you that yes, we've got a million electric charging stations involved and installed, and you still won't find. I think we did a video. Uh,
we did a video.
we did a video
We'll
trying
link it
trying
below.
to
We'll link it below.
yeah, we're trying to find all the electric charging stations in a
Yeah,
Mahindra car, because they said that I think they had like 9 or 10 charging stations, and we found one
yeah.
in the
Hmm.
whole city of
Which you
Bangalore,
were not allowed to use.
which you were not supposed to allowed to use because it was inside a government facility, and only government employees are allowed to use that, which is so what I was saying is all of these about people not letting you install charging stations in your house because it's not your house, all of these are third world issues, and you've got to figure out how to deal with them.
Go around it.
But what I'm saying
Hmm.
is, but it's a very small issue. It's not that big of an issue that people. So that's what I'm saying. People adopting is the issue, right? So the house owner is not adopting to the fact that yes, someone's got an electric vehicle, so they need to have a charging station downstairs. So these are all third world issues, and this is not what we're addressing here. We're addressing just that what is a better choice right now, and in 95% of the cases, 99% of the cases, I think an electric scooter is a much better option. And people do talk about what if I have to go long distance? Like, dude, who goes long distance in a scooter? It's 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 a very small number of
think
people, and you shouldn't buy an electric scooter if you go long distance in a scooter.
Yeah, or like I think you have better options in terms of rentals. I think it's still
Yeah,
a much sustainable way of going long distance
yeah,
than having your own vehicle because if it's your vehicle, you have to pay for the services after you come back from the long ride. It's like extremely difficult to maintain a two-wheeler after a really long ride.
yeah,
For example, lot of people go above 300 kilometers on average, right?
on the long
Now
ride.
they have to get it serviced. At least the brake pads have to be changed, oiling, engine oil.
Yeah.
I mean, rentals are still sustainable.
Hmm. So yeah, a friend of mine last week asked me what he should buy, a new bike for a lakh and a half or a scooter which was more practical in the city. And I told him, dude, like get the scooter because the new bike, which is a lakh and a half right now, was a lakh 4 years ago, and it was not a good value back then, and it isn't a great value right now. Get a scooter. And he also told me the same thing that, dude, I like going on long rides, and what should I do then? I can use my bike there. I'm like, dude, like the money you'll save, just whenever you go on a long ride, which is twice a year, get a rental, man.
Mm.
It's a
See,
much better
it's still
option.
sustainable. Yeah.
Yeah, much better option. And the thing is, yeah, let's just end this really quick. Uh, Electric cars, long way away, right? They are not a great option right now, because the thing is, it's very funny that almost all the electric cars that we have in our market right now have the same range as all the electric scooters we have right now. And it's, yeah, it's just stupid to buy those cars. Claimed range of 100 to 120 kilometers in a car is never true. We've tried that with the Mahindra E2O and the E-Verito. Both of those cars, we
Yep.
had them for multiple days, and they never did over 70 kilometers on a single charge,
Yeah.
which is right. But if you're talking about in-city transport, where you gotta go places really fast, you have a choice between a car and a two-wheeler. Most people prefer the two-wheeler because it's faster. And when you're talking about two-wheelers, get the electric because it's more economical. Getting an electric car for 5 lakhs more than its petrol counterpart, so that it does less than 100 kilometers on a single charge and takes what, 15 hours to charge, I think. It's
Yeah.
yeah, that's not a
Doesn't
great
make
option.
sense. Yeah.
So let's not talk about electric cars, at
Hmm.
least right now. And because cars are more prone to going long distance, we do need great range in them. But if you're talking about scooters, we're not even talking about electric bikes here. We're talking about electric scooters, which the whole thing about a scooter, whole selling point is go from one place to another really quick in the city and carry some luggage with you under the seat, which
Yes.
is what all of these
Ah.
scooters do. And if you're in the city, unless you're in, I don't know, dude, which city is so big to cover, to take up all the charge of a scooter, there's no way. The max you'll do in a single day is 60 kilometers, which is still what these electric scooters can do without any
Yeah.
problem.
At least one way. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, 60. Who rides more than 50 kilometers in a day in the city?
Dude, like I know some person, but we better not talk about the
Yeah, so what
person
I'm
there.
saying is, you've probably got one person in your mind who does that, right?
Hmm.
Everyone else in
Hmm.
your mind does less than that. So what I'm saying is that one person out of the 20 people should not buy an electric vehicle. He should go for a
Right.
petrol vehicle. But the other
Hmm.
19 should, because they are a much better economical option right now. And not only economical wise, they're a much better product now. Yes, they've not been tried and tested for as long, but because they've been made by companies who've been making vehicles for so long, I think they'll be
Right.
fairly well. Yeah. So
Hmm.
yeah, so that was my whole talk about used or new. If you've got an option of used and new, and if you do actually want to save a buck, because the thing is, buying a 1.5 lakh rupee bike right now is not gonna get you much. What's it gonna? It's
Right.
gonna be a 150 cc bike.
And I think the immediate depreciation cost will be put on your head.
Yes.
But if you are buying a used vehicle, the depreciation is already taken care of by the previous
Yeah.
owner. So
Yeah.
you're getting a better deal anyways.
You buy a scooter for 35 grand, you sell it for after 2 years probably for the same price, because the thing is the current price of that scooter is going to get go much higher. So
Hmm.
a scooter right now costs 1 lakh rupees on average in Bangalore, and you get it
Yep.
second hand for about 35 grand. 2 years
Hmm.
from now, the same scooter is going to cost over 1.1, 1.2 lakh rupees is what I'm expecting.
Yeah.
And you've
Huh.
already bought the scooter for 35 grand. So you can probably sell it for 35 grand because the actual price of buying the scooter is much higher. So anyone's going to pay you 35 grand instead of 1.2 lakhs. So,
Right.
or sell it for higher, dude. You can make more money. Why
You
not?
need a Nello plate, but still okay.
Yeah, I, depend. Yeah. So if you're looking for a two wheeler in the Indian market, I mean, I would just give this advice in general to everyone. If you're looking for a two wheeler in the Indian market, specifically a scooter, because Honda is selling 2.5 lakh Activas a month. Royal Enfield sells 30,000 bikes a month. They're selling 2.5 lakh Activas. So what I'm saying is, if you're in the market looking at a scooter, get a used scooter. If you're actually buying the scooter for convenience and going about 5-6 kilometers a day, 10 kilometers a day, buy a used one. You won't be able to tell the difference between the two. And scooters are very reliable. They've been tested for the last 20 years, and nothing's going to happen to them unless you get them serviced once or twice a year, right? But if you're in the market to buy something brand new and you want a brand new scooter, look at the electric options. They are much better, and get the thing out of your head that what if I go long distance, because you never will. You will never think that, oh, I want to go 100 kilometers today. Scooter is my best option. Unless scooter is your only option, you'll never choose the scooter. Because we know
Yeah.
how bad it hurts to go 100 kilometers on a scooter. You'll be so dead. So if, if you're looking for a scooter and you want it brand new, get an electric. It's a much better option, it's a much better experience, and you'll be faster than all the rest.
Good.
Mic,
So
mic
much
drop.
of gyan today.
Mic drop. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the thing is, I'm not supporting any company here. I'm not supporting the electric vehicle future. I'm talking from a regular user's perspective. The thing is, when petrol vehicles go away, the person who's going to be crying the most is me, right? Because I love them.
Yeah.
And the thing is,
Hmm.
right now, I'm just giving a very good buying advice. You want a scooter, get an electric, because it is
Right.
the better option right now. Because that's what scooters are used for. And electric vehicles, surprisingly or not surprisingly, have more storage than their petrol counterparts. So yeah.
Hmm. So kind of lighter than petrol vehicles. Electric
No,
vehicles are lighter
no, they're heavier.
because I felt Aether was way lighter than Access and Dio also to some extent.
It probably felt lighter because what happens in a
Because of the
petrol
center of gravity.
Yeah, center of mass actually. So what happens in a petrol scooter is your engine is on one side, your fuel tank's probably somewhere in the middle. You've got weight and your exhaust is on one side. So your weight is not distributed evenly. But in an electric scooter, because there is no engine, there's just one motor which you place in the center of the scooter. Everything is more aligned towards the center axis, and the thing is, it's probably proven that if you've got a very heavy bike which has a nice weight alignment, and if you've got a very light bike which does not have a nice weight alignment, the heavy bike is going to feel lighter because the weight is aligned, even though the
Right.
lighter bike is lighter on paper. Is the same with electric and petrol scooter counterparts. Electric scooters are going to feel much more tight and aligned in the center. So no matter how heavy they are, even though they are like 150 15 20 kilos more heavier, they're not going to feel the weight.
Good.
Hmm.
Thank you, Akshay, for so much of gyan today. I think today's episode was you just going full blaze and ranting
I'm,
about
I'm not. Yeah,
olden
not.
you.
Yeah. This is. I mean, if you called me as someone I didn't know and asked me, dude, what should I buy? This would be the exact same speech I'd give you. So yeah,
Good.
this is probably just me tired of telling this same thing to everyone and just putting it out publicly, so I can just send them a link.
So next time when somebody calls, hey, have you checked out my video? Yeah,
One
like
second.
after you check it out, no, drop a like, subscribe, hit
Yeah.
that bell notification.
Yeah. Yeah. And stop calling me.
This was this was my sly way of telling people to do it.
Yeah.
Do it. Do it.
That. Yeah, but I mean, this is information a lot of people. It's but what I said today are probably facts which a lot of people knew, but this was just a bigger perspective I wanted to give people, because everyone's got these questions like, what if I go cross country on my scooter? Dude, you never will. You will never go cross country on a scooter. I bought my
That you
bike.
actually want to break some records,
Yeah,
you wouldn't do
I
it.
bought my bike thinking that I'll do a lot of touring, and what happens is you forget reality back then, and when reality does strike you, and you look back at the 4 5 years of ownership of that bike which you bought for touring, you've probably taken it out 5 times for touring purposes. Otherwise, it's just been ridden in the city. So
If I
and
remember correctly, we've been only in for one tour in that FZ25, and that
I mean,
was Vellore.
I've taken it certain places, but it's not been like probably 4 5 times at most, where it's done long distance. And
Okay.
the thing is, I know, I mean, I love the bike anyway because it's got the power that I need. But if you're buying a bike or a scooter because you want to go long distance, you never will, dude. It just doesn't happen in a lot of people's lives. And as you said, rentals are a much more sustainable options than buying a vehicle solely for a purpose that you'll never fulfill more than twice a year.
Right.
Hmm.
Good. I think this is a good place to end this video.
Yeah.
If people have been watching for so long, I know you enjoyed the content, so might as well just subscribe again. Subscribe. We know you like it. Subscribe. Subscribe.
GG's.